What's up, guys? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, I just ordered myself this Condition 1 hard-sided case, and as you can see here, it's pretty nice. I have a Condition 1 rifle case, and had pretty nice experience with it, so I thought, why not go ahead and get this? And besides, I wanted something that was in this kind of FDE tan color. It's kind of more of a sand coyote wet clay kind of color, and it's pretty cool. And the Condition 1 case here is pretty substantial, so it is definitely a plastic, some sort of polymer, not quite like the nylon, like that monoprice case that I showed you, but it's a pretty serious hard-sided case. You would kind of associate this type of case with protecting high-end camera gear, firearms, valuables. I've seen them be used in like whitewater rafting if you're taking things that might fall out. They generally tend to be fairly waterproof and in fact airtight, and there's usually this like thing is sometimes to release air from the case so that you can open it or close it, because sometimes it gets really sucked in there. I'm not sure how it works, but and then obviously the Condition 1 logo on the front. You've got some molded in ribbings here, which should probably add some strength. You've got this kind of ring here, which is raised up. Everything around here is textured a little bit. There's a little bit of, like a stippling, but it's not grippy. It's very, very smooth. And then the handle, kind of like GoPro type. It only goes vertical and then folds flat in this position, so it won't go flip all the way over. And then you have two clips right here, and it looks like you pull them open. Oh, let's try this one. Pull them open like this. All right, so you gotta really kind of pull that up and it comes off. And then if we open up both sides of it here, just like that, you'll see that inside we have kind of that egg crate foam, and then inside we have Pluck foam. So you can see it's kind of like every centimeter is kind of laser cut, so you can pluck it out. It goes all the way through, but in the corners it's not cut all the way through, and that's to give you the ability to kind of pluck out what you need. Now you can use a knife and cut them out too. The bottom here, there's another layer of Pluck foam, and then and you can see here that each of these layers is like 1.5 inches thick. And then you have a piece of non-Pluck foam, which looks like it's about 1/2 inch thick on the bottom. And you can see the molding lines on the inside there. And this top looks like it's kind of glued in there. It's fastened in there, so it's not coming off. Now, I showed you on the monoprice case, it also came with this Pluck foam. I used it. My experience with it is I'd actually prefer not to have this type of foam where it's already pre-cut. I'd rather kind of draw out what I need and then cut it out with a knife so that it's nice and rigid. What I've noticed is that when you kind of cut out the shape of whatever you're going to put in here, camera, firearm, storage, whatever, and then you're kind of putting things in and out a lot, you end up starting to pluck out the pieces adjacent to the edge of things, and so it starts getting a little ratty and sometimes pieces come out. So you do want to be a little careful, but I'd rather just cut out of a solid piece of foam what I want to use it for. Now let me give you a couple dimensions on this Condition 1 case. I'll put the model number in the description, but first of all, nice case. I certainly think this is going to hold up very well. In fact, it's kind of beating me up a little bit in terms of size and shape, but let me give you some real dimensions. Got my trusty tape measure right here. It is, for all intents and purposes, it is literally 7¼ inches front to back. Side to side, it is literally 18¾ inches side to side like this, and then top to bottom. And I'm going to give it to the bottom of the foot here, to the top, if the handle were down. And that's going to be just a smidge under 14 inches, like call it 13¾ inches almost exactly. With the handle up, you get to 16¼ inches. And then, of course, the exterior dimensions are probably less relevant to you than the interior dimensions. And so let me give you those, because if you're trying to figure out what you can use this for, you're going to want these. So the interior dimensions, and now the interesting thing is I'll kind of give you the dimensions to these reinforced thicker areas. They're on the front and the back, because obviously if you're really trying to be precise, it's not going to fit in here. If you're if you're trying to really jam it in there. So top to bottom, which is front to back here, it's actually, oh man, it's just a smidge under 11 and a half inches thick. It's 11 and 3/8 inches from front to back from these thickened up wall portions here. And then side to side, you're looking at 17 inches, 17 and 1/8 inches side to side. So the question is, now the big question is, what I bought this for was to put a pistol in here. And now I'm a little worried, because I bought it on specs, what I saw on Amazon, and I'm not entirely sure that it'll fit. And so I'm going to just pull out this piece of foam here, because I just want to see if I can even get it in here at all. So this is my pistol. I have a Law Tactical folding stock on it, which is obviously folded back. And then I have my Hollow Sun on top here. So if you have an open reflex on top and a Law Tactical folding stock, this is a 7.5 inch barrel. I also have the Furfran CRD concussion reduction device on the front. And so I've got this overall length, which is going to be pretty typical of a pistol this size. Now the issue, I can already see it, is that it's not going to fit. I also have my Inforce weapons light, but that's not fitting, but that's not an issue. I could absolutely adjust that. But the overall length here is not what I thought it was going to be. So that's not going to work. And then even if I angle it like this, the problem is this handle does not fit in there. And so there's pretty much no way, I think, that I'm going to be able to make this one work. Now, certainly could use it for some other things, but if you're looking at it for a 7.5 inch AR pistol, unless you have a really short comp or something on that front end, I think you're kind of out of luck. But otherwise, you know, if the measurements work for you on your camera or other things, then go with God, my friend, because I think this is a pretty nice case that's going to hold up and take a lot of abuse. Condition 1, tan case, Peter Von Panda, out.